All right, one of the many things that I've been blowing off is this wall right here. It is a little off in the center, where the top and the bottom are. Built it 2 different times by 2 different dudes. And I think that this bottom wall leans in a little bit. I think the top wall is actually straight. But I think we're going to match the bottom wall. It's not perfectly level, but it's not crazy, right? And I think it may be, I don't know. I need to get a plumb bob on this thing and figure out exactly what's going on with it. But I don't think it's straight. I know that much. So let me get a plumb bob. We'll see how bad it is or how far off it is. Because like down here, this board is pretty dang on close. I mean, you see it's following just fine. But up here, something wonky happens, and I'm not sure what that is. All right, so basically what I figured out is the top is out. I don't know. That was the guy complaining about the other guy, too. That's the wild thing. But that top wall needs to come in about 1 inch or so. I'll measure it off. You know, we'll put it up there with the level when we get it right. But, yeah, it definitely isn't correct. So, and I probably would still plumb up it with this wall here. But it isn't. It needs to go back. Just to even you put the level on it, it needs to go back at the top. The top is built forward. Really weird that he did that, and he was complaining about the other guy too. That's the other weird thing. But whatever, it doesn't matter at this point. I just need to fix it, and fix it I will. If I can get him out of there, I can just cut him down. But we'll see. I might break him doing it, but I'm just gonna bang the crap out of him and get him out of there. All right, so this is definitely not easy going, and I'm definitely ruining every single board that I rip out of there. But it's part of the process to do things right, I guess. Anyway, I got, what, 3, 4 more to go? I'm actually moving along pretty good, and then I've got to pull that top board off. And then I've just got to recreate it, right? So I think we're doing good. You know, just one step at a time. We'll get this sucker licked out. And then I don't have to worry about it anymore being crooked, and I just hated it, and it's been driving me nuts for... I should have already done this. I mean... I don't know, because I don't have anything on my plate, and I have plenty of time. But I should have done this a long time ago. Actually, I should have, when I saw it, I should have made him fix it. I was just tired at that point. But anyway, I don't want to get into all that. But it's my own fault for not getting it corrected, and now I am, and it's going to be good. Just got to rip out some more, and we'll start rebuilding. Hopefully, I have enough 2x4s in the basement. I don't know that I do. I think I have studs, 10-foot, 9-foot studs in the basement. So I think I can get 2 of these out of that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to measure and find out. But regardless, whatever. Even if I have to go get wood, we got to get it done, and I'll feel so much better. All right, let me keep ripping. We're doing good. You guys probably can't hear that, but we're getting some shear winds, boy, let me tell you. Holy cow. Hopefully my trash stays out there on the road. Maybe I threw it out too early, but goodness gracious. That's some wind. Woo! Golly. I don't know the speed of that wind, but it's look at this, look at the clouds. Look how fast they're moving. Wow. I wasn't expecting any kind of weather this afternoon. Said we'd get a little bit this morning. I don't like that. Look at that. It's coming over. It's kind of slowing down there, and then it's kind of coming back this way. It's not good. It's got like 2 fronts clashing right here. Let's hope that doesn't start circulating. It's past us, but I don't want it to happen to somebody else. Boy, it is. It's starting a rotation right there. See it? Don't do it. Don't do it. I guess while I'm down here, I'll talk to you. So it's coming along good. We got all the boards we have to get out a long ways. Now I just got to get these. This is actually 2. It looks like 1, but it's actually 2 pieces. So I need to get this board out Or maybe I'm wrong. Well, I mean, I think I'm pretty sure it's 2 pieces. But I'll get this stuff pulled out of here, and then we can cut the very end down there to where it needs to be. Start figuring all that out, and then we'll get going. But we've made good headway as far as ripping. This is not easy to get out either, boy. They nailed the crap out of it, but we're getting it. We're getting it. All right, so I got the top ripped out. I got 2 nails to pull still. And then I can start figuring out what straight is, right? I'm going to use a chalk line, or I'm going to put the level there. Either way, it's got to go in about maybe 1 inch to 3/4 inch at the top, and then I'll remark it. See, he has a line up there, so he must have had a hard time getting it right to begin with. And anyway, I'll unscrew the screws and get those 2 nails out of there, and then we'll figure the line out, cut that board off, and then it's just rebuilding from there. All right, so I've found my 2 points. I just put boards straight up and kind of found where they go. And I think what the issue was, he's got the mark pretty close in some places to where the end goes, but he put a square board there, so it shot it this way, about 1/2 inch or so. So we just need to get that cut on the side and then put it up there. All right, let's get busy. All right, so I got the tables all out. It's out there in the freezing cold, by the way, because that wind bring in cold. Anyway, so I got this thing cut at a 27-degree angle, so this will be my top plate now that'll go across there. You know, what I think part of the guy's issue that he did, he put just a 2x4 up against there from one end to the other. Well, now you got a big square, and it's angled, right? Because it's going there flat, which then pushes that out, 1/2 inch? I don't really know. But it pushes that out. So then he was framing to the corner of that instead of framing to his line. That's what was going on. So anyway, we'll get this up there. We'll frame right to this corner, and then that'll keep a nice straight line off that. And our drywall has something now to go against at the very top. So that'll be nice too. So let me get up there. Let me get a couple screws. We'll get this thing screwed in, and then we can start with the rest of our framing, our studs. All right, now you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So his line was still off. It's correct over there. It's off over here. By the time we push this up to meet where it's supposed to go, which is right there, and then I'll put a level on this just to make sure, we'll screw it in. But you can kind of see the 2x4 makes a square. So he's another, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, a little more than 1/2 inch, probably 3/4 inch off the front of that. And so then you have a wall leaning out like that instead of being back where it's supposed to be. So we'll get the level on this just to make sure it's 100% right. Then we'll get this thing shot up in here, and then you can see his original line's way back here, which is where I'm marking it too. So his original line was right. He just got off somewhere and couldn't figure out how to get back, I think. So yeah, his original line's there. That's about right. So we'll get the level on this thing right here, and we'll kind of make sure we're in the right place, but I'm pretty sure we're dang on close anyway. And yeah, that's what this is all about, is fixing this wall. All right, the hard parts are done. Right now, all we have to do is cut the studs the rest of the way through, and we'll get her put back together. I can get rid of that thing. I'm going to actually use it. But we'll have to measure that off, figure out, we already know the angle, right? So we just got to get the deal drawn on the ends, cut them up, chop them. I think I'll probably get the chop square out for that, because I'm going to make enough that it'd be great. So I can just chop them. So once I get the angle set, just chop them. And then the ends I'll just cut with a saw. So we will see if we can't get some of these made up and get these put in. Pretty neat. It's nice to have it. It's nice when things are right. You know what I mean? It's nice to have things right. All right, so I got the 2 for the end. So that's those 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 2 for the end, 7, 8. So I think that's everything. I decided since I had screws, I'd just screw it in. You don't want to do screws when you're framing though, because they all snap and nails will bend. And I know people argue about that all the time, what's better, but for framing, I honestly believe nails are better. But in this situation, it's not holding any weight or anything. It's just to hold the drywall. It will be holding my air conditioner though. My split level will go right here. So, but this is working out beautiful. I mean, I got to get this one screwed in, but they're just coming out just like they're supposed to. Just wonderful. Just wonderful. This is the way it should have been all along. I'm glad that I decided to rip it out and didn't have a crooked wall, because that would have drove me nuts probably the rest of my life. So it's good not to have crooked walls. All right, so we're coming along nicely. Everything's fitting like it should. Just got a couple more to go. This 10-minute project took me all day, but that's okay. It's going to be right, and I'm going to feel good about it, and we're going to be all right. All right, so that's just awesome. Have you ever had one of those projects that just nags on you and nags on you and nags on you, and then you do it and it's really not that bad? It just needed to be done. So I'm glad I did it. I almost covered it the way it was, and I kept thinking, no, that ain't gonna work. This is gonna be nice. It's not tucked in anymore. It follows the line of the building. Looks really good. So I don't know. I think he just got thrown off up there is what happened. But I'm digging it. It looks great. And yeah, now we can just cover it up. So awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, good morning. It's a rainy morning out there. Oh boy, I'm tired. I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning watching, no, 3:30 I think, watching the election. But yeah, anyway. So I've got these bottom two in here. I haven't been recording. I'm hardly awake. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, so I went ahead and cut those two, and then I thought, well, I should go get the camera. So I went inside and realized I left the camera in the building. On the way back out, I grabbed a filter for the truck that I need to put in. So I was looking at that, put that on the back of the other truck, and then forgot to get the camera and went back up there and putting in another piece. So I started putting it in, and I thought, oh, I don't have the camera running. So anyway, it's no big deal. It's the same old, right? That piece is in, that piece is in, and I'm putting that piece in right there. So you're all caught up. You really didn't miss anything. And probably right about now, you're tired of watching me do the fast forward of this anyway, because it's just putting in foam insulation panels. But I went to Lowe's last night and got 14 more sheets. And so I'm hammering through that already. But yeah, it's actually kind of down. It's I think I paid $34 a sheet, which is the cheapest I paid for this all along. I've been paying 40s and 40s for it. I mean, the first batch I think was $44, and that's at great discount. Lowe's and everybody else was at $54, $56. So yeah, I'm happy to do it. I don't like messing around. I get in Menards, but you got to go do the rebate thing and all that stuff, which is a pain, but it's like $65 every time or $66 every time, right? So that money and those coupons are going to add up. And it took forever for the first one to come in, but now the rebates are coming fast, so it'll be fine. But we'll probably spend those on my wife's closet or something, I don't know. But yeah, she'll be happy because in her math, it's I'm saving her money or getting her money for her closet. So I'm actually just spending a lot. All right, so let me get that piece hammered in. I'll get this next piece cut, whatever. Sorry about not filming, but I really don't think you even care at this point. You're probably tired of watching me fast forward through this. All right, I'm gonna have to really speed this up. Anything that's super monotonous, you gotta really go fast and play it fast. But this is really taking a lot of time, so you're gonna have to watch it because that's what I'm doing. It is as bad as it is. Feel the suck. I'm gonna have to take my plugs and put those on my little stands like I made up there. I should have done that already. I thought this was pushed out far enough, but the sheets are gonna hit different. By the time I put the corner on there, the J channel, and then pull this, anyway. So I'm gonna build the adjustable boxes. I don't have a lot of room. I'm gonna pop that and unpop that, and I'll pull that kind of forward around that 2-inch and pull all this out. Pull it. Everything needs to be in front of the 2-inch. I am going to have to wire it though before I do it, so that I have the right lengths of wire there anyway. And I need to go ahead and put these plugs in, and the power to the plugs here, here, and there, so that I can foam those up as well. So, but you know, one step at a time. All right, so I'm kind of at a stopping place, to be honest with you. I think what I'm going to do is build a channel. I'll put another 2x6 on this side and leave a channel for wires and cables and stuff to come down. And then I'll kind of box this, because I'll probably end up putting a panel here, is what I'm thinking. And that way I can just get in and out of this as I need to. That way I can get to the back side of this. If I add cameras, I can just come down that channel with wire, or if I want to add amperage or whatever, at least it gets me to here, right? The 12 volt, I can put that transformer inside this panel. And so that's what I'm thinking. I think I'll just leave, I'll take these 3 boards out, no big deal. Put that 2x6 in, probably on the other side of this. It won't affect anything I've already done, and it'll just make those panels shorter on that side. I'll probably look to see if I can get the 2-inch behind there. It looks like I can, no problem. And if I can, I'll put, well, actually, I can unstaple those. So I can put the 2-inch behind that anyway, and then that leaves me an open channel on the front here to bring wire down. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Yeah, I know that's what I'm going to do actually now. Okay. So I'll mess with that. I need to undo the wiring across here. I need to unpop these. Basically what I got to do is give myself some flexibility to move these. So I'm going to make those T's like I did up on top. I'll make a bunch of those up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I may even add some, to be honest with you. Anyway, I got to pull these, get them on T's, and then make sure I have plenty of wire around them, and then I can foam those in. All right, so this is going pretty well. You know, it's just one of those things. Just stop, suck it up, get it done. So I got everything unstapled. I need to get those 2 staples out of the top, and then I'll slide that foam up in there that I got cut. right, so that took a while. I had lots of phone calls today and whatever, but it took a while. But I got it done. It's one of those things you just suck it up and get it done, right? Because it's not going to get any easier or better. I went ahead and put the foam in first because I want to put them long pieces in there. And then it just gives me a whole conduit now that I can drop wires down whenever I need to. And like I said, I'll put a little door on this side so that I have access back here, and then I can put stuff in here, right? So that's going to work out good. So now I need to pull all these electrical plugs and wires off here. And then I'll probably, I don't know if I'm going to shut them down or I'll just run a new wire in there. All right, so that's what I'm going to get done today. I got one more piece cut down there, but I tarred the bottom. That's the outside wall. And then I got that piece there to go. Then I still got to go get foam and foam it all in. Then I can do my electrical. But yeah, it's looking really good. It's looking really good. One piece at a time. You know, you think you're going to get more done than you do, but hey, we got this track in here for wires. So that's going to come in handy later. It's good to get that done. So we really just got that piece and that piece. And I'll finally have the majority. Actually, I won't have this wall done because there's two pieces underneath, three pieces underneath there, plus the water closet piece. So yeah, whatever. But you know, this is the hardest wall, cutting around all that stuff. The rest of that stuff's just squares, right? Square, 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 whatever. Squares go faster, obviously, than whatever. So the rest of these will be bigger squares too. These are smaller, but the rest of those are just big, 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 and then. Well, those are actually big there, and then chopped up stuff from there on out. But it's going well. I'm actually just thrilled to be this far. I wasn't really meaning to do this, and then it kind of just got started on it, and it turned into a thing. I'll be glad to have it done though, for sure. But yeah, it's nice to get it this far. All right, well, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to call it. It's only 4 o'clock, but. Man, I'm beat from last night, so I'm going to go in and relax and watch the concession speech and, yeah, go from there. So I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, another rainy day. It's good because we need the rain, but which I probably have to mow again, though. That's the bad thing. But it's good. We need the rain, and but I was hoping to get to the farm and brush hog. It was really dry. I should have gone out there already. So anyway, whatever. Let the rain happen and get it behind us. So I'm not sure what I'll be doing today, but I think I'm going to keep filming. My dad, I'm surprised I haven't heard from him to take the dog up into town to the vet, but I haven't heard from him, so I'm just going to pretend like I'm going to do this until that point. So that should be nice and dry now, that seal. So I will go ahead and put the foam board on here, and I got that piece to do there. And then I can kind of clean up. I need to get spray foam. I think the can's almost empty, so I'll get a couple more cans. Somebody mentioned that I had got fire block. I did. It was on sale, and I don't care this fire block. I mean, this foam's going to just melt. I mean, but it was cheaper, so I bought it. And if it's still on sale, I'll probably buy it now just so it matches. But yeah, anyway, it's probably still on sale. So yeah, it doesn't matter to me as long as it blocks the airflow is what I'm worried about, and it does. Yeah, it just happens to be fire block as well. So there you go. That's why I have that. So let me get on that piece of foam, and then get this piece of foam in, and then really we'll be switching gears into getting the electrical back on, and that way I can get everything back against this wall. I probably should get the 2x4s done, but I don't have them, and it's raining. I'm not going to go get them today, so I'll get the foam. We'll work on the plugs if my dad doesn't call, and we'll go from there. All right, I'm kind of switching gears here. I'm switching to making these electrical box things so I can just shift them around where they need to go in between the ribs on the metal. So I went around and got some bunch of scrap wood. It kind of fell over, sorry. But so I'm going to start making a bunch of those. I just set up the chop saw outside because, well, it's keep the mess out here, and it's easier when you're just doing a bunch of, you know, over and over and over and over and over cuts. So I'll get this all measured out. I'm going to see if this is even right, and if it is, I'll just use that. So I'll need 6 inches, and I think I have to go measure again. 6 and 10s maybe. Maybe that's not right, but let me check it out. I'll get my measurements, and then we'll just start cutting. All right, I went ahead and cut 25 just so I have extras. Just get them done. That way I don't have to do it again. I'm going to clean this all off, and then I'll put everything inside, and then we'll get to assembling these suckers up. So, all right, let's do that. All right, so I built a bunch of these things. They're ready to go, and I went along here, and the seam is the ridge is every 9 inches based off those up there, which is the same metal I'm going to use. So I figured out where that's going to be. So I need to make sure that my box then doesn't fit on a ridge, you know, and I can kind of center it in between the two. So that's kind of how that's going to work. As long as I don't have it on a ridge every 9 inches, I should be fine. So I'm going to place these boxes, smash them up against there, get them in, and then we'll work out from there and get these the electrical run to the boxes. So, all right, let me get busy. Looking good. All right, so we got all our plugs lined up, ready to go. I think they're going to be fine, but I can move them if they're not. Not very far though, just inches over each way. I didn't leave a lot of slack, that's for sure. But I think they're going to be good. That's going to be my new height for the plugs, which I did move that over there. I needed to lift it off here anyway because it needs to be in the other sheet, and that's going to kind of float where this sheet is. So yeah, and then this one I'll probably just pop and it'll kind of move over because it's going to be in the bar one. So I'll probably pop that and just kind of slide it to where it needs to be. All right. Well, let me put the caps on these, stop talking, and yeah, I think we did good.